What's going on, Savages? One of the things that can happen sometimes with a desktop wallet is it can get stuck and it can stop syncing. So it looks like that's what's happened to my AION desktop wallet that they call Quiver. Let's take a look and see if we can figure this thing out right after this. What's going on, everybody? So what exactly is AION? Real quick, just down and dirty on what AION is before we get into syncing up the wallet or trying to get it to sync. It is AION is a truly private digital cash with a focus on end user interface and ease of use. It's a fork of Zcash with mandatory privacy that doesn't inherit the Zcash block height. It starts at block 1, so it's its own chain, and you can turn off the you can't turn off the privacy features. All the transactions are shielded. They're looking to make it easy for users to transact privately. Their mission is to create a truly private payment network that is permissionless, decentralized, and secure. Not any real groundbreaking stuff there. There's several projects that are doing that. But I think they're going to focus more on end user interface and ease of use, and then also just being completely private. Uses Zcash's sapling protocol for faster shielded transactions, but the AION devs have actually modified the protocol for even better performance. Sapling also allows more efficient mobile and services like exchanges, usage of shielded Z addresses. So they've got a roadmap here. They just recently updated their website, so it's looking pretty good. They've got some information in here, so that's good. But that's just a real quick overview about what AION is, and not really what the stream is about. The stream is about their wallet and how it is stuck on my computer. So you can see down here it says 73.32%. Over here it says your node is still syncing, and it's been here for quite some time. It has not moved. And this is just my mining wallet here that I am using to mine to whenever I do mine AION, although it's been a while since I have. So, but from what I understand, the difficulty's gone down a whole lot, and I probably should be mining it. But nonetheless, I'm not. I just noticed that it wasn't syncing, so let's see if we can figure this thing out. If you like content like this, be sure to follow me on or subscribe to the channel, and like, share, and subscribe this video, or subscribe to the channel, like and share this video, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on anything. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter, because over there I kind of keep you updated on what's going on the channel. So it's kind of important, you know. I'll post over there before I go live and things like that. So it's just good, and I also tweet about crypto stuff over there as well. All right, so let's check out this wallet. We saw that it was not syncing. Excuse me. And the instructions that they have in the Discord are to they encourage you to grab the Bootstrap file. Which, what a Bootstrap file is, you know, if you've ever synced a wallet before from scratch, like let's say that a project has been out for a year and you're trying to sync the wallet, and, you know, from basically block 1, then it could take a really long time. I mean, you know, I've heard of people waiting 2 weeks, you know, for a wallet to sync, depending on what it was. Obviously, that would be a really long time, and you would be talking about Bitcoin or one of the older cryptos if that was the case, but any newer project, it shouldn't take that long. But in this case, I believe that they're up to about a thousand or a one. What am I trying to say here? I think they're up to a 1 gig blockchain size right now. So they being AION. But if you are trying to sync without using a Bootstrap file, it can take a really long time, because you're basically just talking to other nodes on the network. It really doesn't have anything to do with you know, your internet speed. I mean, it does a little bit, but the majority of it is just being able to contact another node to download whatever portion of the blockchain that you're grabbing from that node. Now all this happens automatically in the back and all that stuff. You don't have, it's not like something you have to manage. I mean, you can add and remove nodes, but you know, you're just basically just waiting on this thing to synchronize with the blockchain. And there's a shortcut, and it's using the Bootstrap file. And basically all that is it's where they have compressed all of the blockchain files that you need into a single file, and then you download that one file. Now, whenever you do this, you're not syncing with all those other nodes on the internet. It literally is just a file that you're grabbing, and it's got the blockchain data in it, and you're going to extract it, and hopefully, you know, to the location that your wallet is going to use for the blockchain data, and hopefully it'll allow you to start syncing your wallet. In theory, that's the way it's supposed to work. So the instructions that they have are, number one, you have to close your wallet. So we're going to do that. The second thing that they want you to do is back up your wallet.dat file, which is a good idea. So I'm going to navigate over here a little bit, and then I'll show you where I'm at. All right, so that's down, close. And here's the wallet data, or the location where I keep my wallets. There's several of them in here because I've done a lot of testing and YouTube videos and stuff, so I've got several in here. The main one is wallet.dat though. That's the one that is being used right now, and you can see that by the date and time and everything. So what they want you to do is back up your wallet.dat file. So I'm just going to ignore these other ones. I'm not going to worry about that. I'll just do it like this, as if you were doing it. I would back it up somewhere else. I wouldn't back it up like I am. I'm going to just throw it up here. I would back it up to a thumb drive or some other type of media. If I were you, I wouldn't put it in this. I wouldn't store it on the same drive, because the purpose of the backup is to have it in case of disaster, right? And if the hard drive that you're storing the backup on is the same drive as the drive that you're running the wallet from, then and that drive goes bad, then you've lost both files. Anyway, let's see here. All right, where was I? All right, so we backed that up. All I did was I copied it from here and put it in the backups folder, but just pretend like this was an external drive, like a USB or something like that. And now the link to the actual, thought I had it here, I don't. Let me go and grab it real quick. So they've got it, it's actually on their website, but there's no, the last I saw, there's no links to it. So in other words, you can't really get to it without knowing, without actually having the link. So I'll throw that in the chat. I don't know if anybody's in here watching or not, but I'll throw it over there. Looks like one person's in here, so I'll paste that in there. So that will give you the link to the blockchain data, or I'm sorry, the Bootstrap file. Alright, so they want you to save that somewhere, which I already did. If I go over here to downloads, here's the file that I downloaded from that link. And I can show you, I'll paste it up here so you can kind of see what's going on. So whenever you go to the link, that's what happens. It sees that you're just downloading a file, and it'll grab it. So just use that link that I posted in, and oh, you know where it's at? It's in the description of the video. That's right. So if you go down there to the description in the video, the link is down there also. All right, so we got the file downloaded. There it is. We need to put it somewhere where, well, actually I can extract it from here. That's fine. But it needs to go, well, first we are going to go to our app data folder because it's like a default location for Arrow settings. I'm going to go to that real quick. Give me just a second. I'll just navigate the long way here. So in your app data folder, it'll look like this. Users, app data, roaming, arrow, your name up there. And then the only file that's in mine is arrow because arrow.conf because I have mine redirected over to a different drive for the blockchain data and all that stuff. So what they want you to do here is to delete everything except for this file, which in mine it already is. In yours, you're going to delete everything except for arrow.conf and your wallet.dat file, which you already backed up, but you would also leave wallet.dat in here as well. So this is going to be a little bit confusing because the way mine is set up, I have this folder is this normal folder. I want to say that mine, I might actually not even be using that folder at all. Although it did, yeah, it must be using it because it's got today's date on it. All right, so my blockchain data is on a different drive though. So let me get into that. It looks like this. So this is what yours might look like whenever you go to that app data folder. It'll look similar to this. You'll have blocks and chain state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simulate that as this being the normal location that you'll see. I'm going to delete everything except for, yeah, this is going to be a little bit confusing because it's got the wallet files in here too, the executables. So these are normally not in the same place, right? So normally you have the blocks and chain state. All that stuff was in that app data folder, but in my case it's not. So a little bit confusing, but what I'm going to do is just delete these two. I'll delete lock. All this peers.dat, get rid of that. But everything else I need to leave because everything else has to do with the wallet itself and then the two files, the arrow.conf and the wallet.dat, and then the other ones I've used for testing. So I'm just kind of ignoring them. So all I'm going to do is cut those, go into backups. We'll just go into today's date. We'll throw it in there. All right, so now it looks like this. So in yours, you might only have arrow.conf and wallet.dat. Okay, so now I can go and grab that file that I downloaded, the Bootstrap file, right here. I'm going to copy that. Actually, I'll just cut it. I can move it. I'm going back to that folder where my arrow.conf and wallet are. I'll paste it in there. And it is 1 gig. Alright, so once it's in there and it's copied over, it's almost 1 gig, then you would extract it. I don't know if you can do this without 7-zip. Probably can, but if not, you can go and grab 7-zip. But I'm going to extract files. All I did was I right-clicked on it, chose 7-zip, and then extract files. It's going to want to know where to extract them to. I'm going to say right there. Sounds good to me. Because that's wallet. That's where I'm at. That's where it needs to be. So I'm going to, because that's where, remember, this is where I deleted the files from. The blockchain, was it, I forget the name of the two folders. So, okay, so it looks like it's creating a Arrow Bootstrap folder, so I might have to grab whatever's in there and pull it out to this level. We'll see once it gets done. Yeah, you have blocks and chain state, I think, are the two folders. All right, so once that's done, looks like it created an Arrow Bootstrap folder. Going to go into that, and there we go, blocks and chain state. Now you can't leave them there because your system doesn't know that that's where they exist, because it's not going to recognize them in Arrow Bootstrap. You need to put them in the same location where your previous blocks and chain state folders were, which was right here, right? All right, so now after you get that done and squared away, you should be able to run the wallet, which is right here, quiver.exe. What I'll do, let me go and make sure that my shortcut is pointing to that correct location real quick. Yep, okay, so that's good. So you're going to rerun your wallet, and it should sync somewhat quickly. Now, remember that a blockchain Bootstrap file is a static file that's frozen in time. So if they don't update it, and I don't know when the last time they updated it was, usually the folks who manage those, they don't do it like every day. That would be ridiculous. That would be a lot of work. So I would say maybe once a month or once every quarter, you know, so that you're never behind more than a month or 3 months or whatever. You know, so you could work out some kind of schedule like that. That would make sense. But just remember that it is frozen in time. So whatever the date is on the file, you've got to still sync from that date on to today before everything will work out just fine. So that's what we're kind of waiting on right now. I don't know how long this is going to take. It's going through the block index. I think that goes pretty quick, and then eventually it should start trying to sync, and then we'll be able to tell about how long it's going to take, you know, or how far behind it is. I just downloaded that file, the Bootstrap file, today, so it should be fairly new. I want to try to zoom up on this and see if it freaks my computer out like it has before. It seems kind of solid. It used to like beep at me and stuff, so. It says it might take several hours. I don't think it'll take that long. I'm gonna give it a few more minutes here and see if it makes any progress, and if not, then I'll just end the stream, and maybe I'll just put on the tweet where I talked about this video being live. Maybe I'll just throw on there and throw a screenshot of whether or not it's synced or not, you know. I can also put it down into the description to let you know if it worked or not. Pretty confident that it will. Okay, so maybe it might take several hours. I don't know, but I don't want to just sit here and let the stream run. So I'm going to end it here, and I will paste, or I will do a screenshot on Twitter, letting you know the status, and I'll also put into the comments, or not the comments, but the description of the video whether or not it worked or not. So I'll let you know, and give you. I can't do a screenshot or anything over there, but I'll just let you know whether or not it was successful or not. So thanks for tuning in. This is my third live stream of the day. So I'm done. I will see you guys next time. Stay savage.